Hey everyone, it's Michelle with Clado Co. with a video about my planning process and what I do to get started on my next project. So the first tip I have for you is to keep a running list of ideas. Super simple. I use my phone with my notes app and just write down ideas. Tip number 2 is to find inspirational photos, or if you're out and about, take a picture of the thing so you have it and you can reference it back. Even when you're in your notes app and you write it down, just put in parentheses or something, took a picture, look in your camera roll or whatever, like you know where it is. I also will find pictures online. I love Pinterest. Pinterest is my go-to #1 place to find inspirational photos, and even Google searches. I try to get, no more than 3 or 4 images. Like I'm going to show you an example. I have like some images here that I took from the internet. I think these are all Google searches. This one actually I got from Amazon on the bottom. So I'll just take like 3 or 4 images. I like to print them because that's just how I am, but you don't have to print them. And for tip number 3, these images are going to be what you'll make a sketch of. And when I print them, I do try to print them in a way where the elements of what I want off of that are, very visible, so I know how I want to, transfer that over into my own art piece. And then, with the tip number 3, that is sketch out the final piece, or the idea, the concept that you have in your head. Try to put it on paper, because if you can sketch it out and put it on paper before you start creating it in 3D, you'll understand the composition and the shapes and how everything fit together. And when you do create the sketch, try to, keep it in the scale that you want when it's your final finished piece. So a lot of my pieces I do make around 5 to 6 inches if they're standing, and if they're sitting I'll do like a 4-inch. So I know typically that's the height of the pieces that I like to create. So when I'm sketching, the first thing I do is I'll take a ruler and I'll just mark the top and the bottom, and that I try to keep my piece within that constraint. So I know like this is the size my final piece will be or should be, So those are my 3 most important tips that I use to planning out a project. I hope you found them helpful and something that you can incorporate into your planning process. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. And until the next time, bye.